Hey everybody, and welcome to Ask Allie, your place for spiritual advice for busy people. Ask Allie is the longest running spiritual podcast on iTunes. I've been helping others there since 2005. Today is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2019. I want to thank you for tuning in and giving me a listen to. If you'd like to get a reading or have your energy balanced, find out more about me or support the podcast, you know what? I'll leave the information below in the show's notes. And don't forget, if you like this episode, please rate it. Hi, how's everyone doing? Did you survive Thanksgiving? I did. Thanksgiving was pretty good. Ate some nummies, brought nummies home. I had to remember, though, as I was piling food into the aluminum thingamabobber that I was given, that it's just me. There's no Kyle, so I don't need 10 helpings of mashed potatoes. I don't need, a pound of turkey. It can be a couple pieces of turkey, a scoop of mashed potatoes, a little bit of stuffing. So as I was piling it in, it dawned on me it's just me again. So I was taking pieces out. But it was all very good. Nice ride over, good house, good conversation. Nobody got into fights, which is awesome. So I hope your Thanksgiving, or if it was just a Thursday, I hope your Thursday went really well. I did hear from my kid this past Sunday, so the 1st, December 1st. And he's doing well. He sounded much more confident, much more sure of himself. He got the marksman's ribbon that's going to be on his uniform. He also got the fireman's ribbon that's going to be on his uniform. He's not going in for a fireman. He's going in to be a sonar technician. Excuse me, Felix. Oh, Felix, you're just too big. Say hi. There you go. Isn't he a pretty kitty cat? Everyone has to be a fireman when you're in the Navy. Everybody has to learn how to put out a fire, because you got to put it out quickly, so the ship doesn't go down. So he has his fireman badge or ribbon. And then Friday is when he takes his big PT test. Now, I'd like everyone to send him lots of energy, lots of strength, lots of confidence, because he's really worried about Friday. I know he'll do it because he's supposed to be in the Navy. And when you're doing something you're supposed to do, it works out. But he needs more confidence. So if you could, I'd appreciate it. His 1.5 mile run is at 14.5 minutes. He needs to have up to 12.5. And he needs to be able to do 47 push-ups, and he can do 20. So in typical Kyle fashion, he will slam it out this week, and because he always waits the last minute on absolutely everything. And yeah. Oh, that noise you hear in the background sounds like Darth Vader. That would have been Felix that I put across the camera just a few seconds ago. Upper respiratory thing, it just seems to be very him. So Darth Vader in the background would be Felix. My new podcast, Shine the Light, is up. You can find it from the 777institute.com. If you click on it, it should say podcast. But if for some reason I forgot to put it on there, and it's entirely possible that I did forget to put it on that front page, you can go to the 777 Institute on Facebook, and I have the links to the first 2 episodes up there. And they're fun episodes. And I'll be posting the 3rd episode this week. So it's going really well. I love the podcast. I love interviewing people and getting to know people and find out why they do what they do. I think that's why I like psychology so much. So, excuse me. What else do I have to tell you about? If you missed out on my annual specials, I'm sorry, because they're over. I won't do any more specials until next fall, and my specials aren't going to be as broad. I'm going, because this list is very long, I'm going to shorten the list to only a few readings, and probably that's it. But we'll see. Hey, it's an entire year from now. Who knows what's going to happen between now and then? But that's my intention as of right now. And speaking of the 777 Institute, I am opening it this weekend. It's low-key. I'm going to keep it low-key and grow it organically. So if you would like to teach, or if you have a suggestion of someone to teach for the 777 Institute, if you want to make some extra money, drop me an email. you know where to find me, either allietheis@yahoo.com or you can get me at info@the777 Institute. Alrighty? I think that's it. I got a tickle in my throat now, which won't go away, doggone it. Alright, let's do the Oracle card overview of the week for December 2nd. There we go, by Denise Lynn, Gateway Oracle Cards. Now, doing this video right now, I'm going to have to say that I've got the worst lighting known to man. Because no matter how I look, going about my day, I film this and I look like my bus parked on me and stayed there. I don't look this bad. Really. So that's part of something I'm going to do. I gotta find different lighting. I told my son that I'm converting his room into my office. And he goes, Mom, that's okay. Just don't do all the work yourself because you have a lot of books. And I do. So that's good that I got his permission to gut his bedroom, which is just right over there, and turn it into my office. That'll make my life easier if my office is down here instead of up there where there is no air conditioning and no heat. That's why I'm never upstairs. All right. So the Oracle overview of the week. Now remember, this is an overview. Not everybody, might not pertain to every card. Take what you can use, discard the rest. All right. Zena, are you helping me choose cards? I know you can't see Zena. She's right here. Right there. Aren't you? There she is. At least saw her head if you're watching the video. All right. So let us go. Yay! Decent week energy-wise. First up, guys, we have Dwelling in Truth. I stand in the light of truth is this card. Now, with this card, if you can't see it because you're not watching the video, you can Google these online, see what card it is. And it really is, it's more, instead of dwelling in the truth around you, it's more dwelling in your truth and who you are and your intention for life and where you're moving forward. So this is a very good week to set the intention of how you want to live your life, how you want to live your truth, and move forward. So, dwelling in truth. The second one we have is opening to love. Look at that. My heart is open. Now, with my heart is open, it can't be a romantic love like this one. It has, look at that. It has the heart with some flames shooting out of it because it's on fire, because we have love. But I believe my heart is open. It means more than romantic love. It means love to all. And if a romantic love is part of the package, absolutely fantastic if that's what you're looking for. But this week we're opening to love. And last but certainly not least is launching your journey. Let's see. It says, I am an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe. So it's time to start the path. Whatever path you've been thinking about, come on. Let's go. People are waiting on you to do what you're supposed to be doing. Correct? I'm kind of talking to myself in this process, but this is good because this helps with the 777 Institute, which is opening this weekend. So again, we have dwelling in truth. That's your truth. Opening to love. Again, I believe that's all love. And launching your journey. This is a fantastic time for you to get going and bust a move. None of us is getting any younger. I mean, I can't even believe I'm going to be 53 next year. What? What is up with that? I think I might do adult stuff next year. And I say next year because the next 3 weeks are basically planned. I'm going to be buying a car. I would like to buy a house. Adult stuff. I don't know. Kind of scary, but got to do what you got to do, right? Right. All right. Zena, you're really in my way. Can you go someplace? Because you're messing with the... Thank you. All right. So, next up. Oh, Zena. She's back. What does it live to mean consciously? Now, I believe the meaning of living consciously is a personal opinion for each of us. So I'm going to let you know, and that's Zena's tail you keep seeing flash across my face. This is my personal opinion and how I view what does it mean to live consciously. You may agree with me or not agree with me. All right? But this is what I think. I believe living this way, you keep present. You're staying present. You keep in the moment. You see what's going on around you. You're observant of what's going around. Your mind isn't in the future. It's not stuck someplace in the past. You're driving and, you see the cows that go along the fields, or the trees, how they sway, or the rain that's coming down. Being a school bus driver has helped me to do this tremendously. Because if I do not stay present, if I am not focused in on my job, then not only can I miss somebody's stop or forget to let them off someplace or bring them on, but I can get in an accident. My kids could get hurt. I could hurt somebody else, and I'd never be able to live myself like that. Never. So staying present helps me pay attention to what's going on. Second, being aware of our actions and our patterns. All of our actions have consequences. All of our patterns have consequences. Like, for instance, my pattern, which I am working very hard to change, is I come home after work for the day, and I feed all the animals, and I make myself dinner. I watch something on either something streaming as I'm eating dinner. And then I usually keep watching something streaming. And then I just mess around on Facebook or Twitter or someplace I get lost online. And that's a pattern I'm trying to change, because that pattern takes me out of the present and puts me someplace else. It puts me in the streaming. It puts me into thinking about the future or the past. So this pattern I'm trying to change. So you need to be aware of your actions and your patterns, especially if you want to change something, okay? You need to be aware of our voice and how our words land on another's ears. Not only another's ears, but our own ears, because we are mean to ourselves. And we don't even think about it. Again, that's not being present. We just say something off the cuff, right? About ourselves. It's like, again, I sit with the light. I'm like, oh my God, I look like a bus ran me over. That is something I just said off the cuff. I wasn't being present in the moment back just a few moments ago, as I'm talking about this. I could have said something like, you know what, the light doesn't make me a whole lot flattering right now, but it is what it is. That's the truth. It is what it is. So that, me saying that to myself, isn't as bad as, oh my God, take a look at me. There's a difference. I would never say that to somebody else. Why say it to myself? When I'm speaking to somebody, whether it be a kid or a coworker or a client, a friend, a family member, I have to be very aware of what I'm saying and how are they receiving what I'm saying? Are they hearing what I'm saying? You only actually listen to somebody, hear and then listen to somebody or is it listen here? It doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying. You only really can understand what somebody else is saying if you're present. If you're not present, if you're not living consciously, then you have no idea what the person said, right? Because your mind is already off someplace, or you're on your phone, right? Right, so we have to be aware of how our voice and how our words land on another's and ourselves' ears. We need to be aware of our emotions or feelings in the moment and change course if needed. If we're talking to somebody, say we're in the midst of gossip, there's a whole bunch of gossip going on, you happen to go in and you're listening to everybody and you're like, I don't really like this, it doesn't make me feel good. You can leave, or maybe speak up for them to shut up. But again, you have to be aware of how your words hit somebody else's ears. Sarah, thank you. I forgot where I was going with this. If our emotions and our feelings are telling us something, it's our soul saying, hey, you know what? Gandalf. They're saying, hey, that's not cool. Felix, oh, for the love of everybody. I can't be president if I has to keep bothering me. Anyways, change course if needed. Next, listening to what our intuition talks to us. Too many times we don't hear our intuition because we're not focused in on the now. That would be kitten's tail you see right now. We're not focused in on the now. That's a problem. Okay? And so we miss what our intuition's trying to tell us. It's not second nature because we're too focused someplace else. Next, to be what we preach. If we're preaching clean living, good food, movement, exercise, then we better be doing it. If I'm telling you you need to meditate, I better be meditating myself. If I'm telling you to keep a dream journal, I better be keeping a dream journal myself. See where I'm going with this? If we're preaching some words to somebody, we need to be living those words. Okay? Let's see what else. To put down a smartphone and have conversations with people. Actual conversations. This doesn't include text or email. You can pick up the smartphone if you're calling somebody. Otherwise, put down a smartphone and have actual conversations. I have a whole generation of kids on my school bus, both elementary, middle school, and high school, all three, that have absolutely no idea how to carry on some really good conversations. They're always in their phones. So put your phone down unless you're calling somebody and have a conversation with somebody in the moment, in the present, about stuff that's going on. Bottom line to me is living consciously means it's coming from the heart and not the ego. It means it's coming into the present, into the now, not the past, not the future. You make your own determination on what your definitions are of living consciously. But that's me. Hopefully I've given you some food for thought and given you a springboard to think about it or talk about it with others. So here we are at the end, guys. If you like this episode of Ask Allie, please rate it and tell your friends. And in case no one's told you today, you are flippin' awesome. Have a fantastic week, and fingers crossed, and we'll catch you next Monday or Tuesday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.